everyone, I am back to share a project that I created using one of the new um, Recipe Stamp Club stamps. It is this one right here. That's the hot chocolate, and I think this is the November stamp set. This is available from AdornIt.com. I think they are doing the drop for this, I believe, along with some other stamps. They might have already done the drop. But I used the Snowman hot chocolate and the two snowflakes. Well, actually, I cut one of the snowflakes out of the trio here because I just wanted the single snowflake. And then I used the triple snowflake here as well. So these are the stamps that I use for my project. I'm actually going to film this in two parts because my project is still drying and I want to show you what I used for the project, and then I'll show you the project right after it's dry, so it'll have some drying time. So this is the stamp that I used, and I used my Copics to color the image. So I'll show you the colors that I used to color it up with. I think these are it. So these are the Copic colors that I used, in case you're wondering. And then I used these two Jelly Roll pens. This one is a glaze black, and then this one is just a regular white Jelly Roll pen that I used for the eyes. I did use this grit paste, and one is the opaque and the other one is Snowfall. Snowfall is translucent. Okay, so there isn't color here in this one, but this one is opaque white. So I used both of these texture pastes from Ranger. Yeah, from Ranger that I got this year. And I just spread that with a knife like this. These are available, I think this one's from Michael's, but these are usually available in a pack of different types. But this is what I used. And then I also used some crystal drops from Nouveau, and this is the gloss white. And then I used some stickles, and this one is this diamond? Does it have the name on it? I think this is diamond stickles. And I also used some embossing powder, but I've mixed my embossing powder together, a couple of different whites, using some Distress Rock Candy glitter, white, and then some other chunkier embossing powder for my project. So those are the items that I used for my project. I'll be back to show you the actual project once it's dry. Hey everyone, so I have two projects to share that I've completed. And so let me go ahead and do that. The first one is using the same stamp that I showed earlier. It is the Snowman hot chocolate stamp. I showed you the supplies that I used for one of the projects, and this one actually is a recipe card from my recipe book that I'm continuing to do. It is in the first section because the first section is the drink section. So hot chocolate. This is the new insert that I created. So with the hot chocolate stamp, I just used some of the snowflakes from the other set. I think it's from the same set. Yeah, the snowflake. And then this little, I guess I used it as like I guess a breeze, sort of showing wind. I don't know what to say about that, but it got cut off because of course I had to die cut it. And then these two dies that I used here are Spellbinders dies, and they're both from different sets. Just a plain rectangle set, and it's a grand nestability set, and this one's a scalped nestability set. These are probably some of the smaller ones in the set because they go up in larger in sizes. So these are probably the second smallest in the set. So you can imagine they get a lot bigger than this. But that's what I used to create the cuts here. And the paper in the background is from Doodlebug, so it matches the colors here. It's a lighter shade of this solid paper that I used here. And then on the back, I used a gingham that is one of their prints as well. And so I die cut it using the same die and just put them back to back. This is just another insert. I like to have a place for notes. So if you want to alter the recipe or add something to the recipe, like this one, condensed milk, chocolate chips, whipped cream, milk, vanilla. If you wanted to add some extra thing, maybe it's Bailey's or something like that, to the recipe, you can make notes on the back if you alter it. So I created a little tuck spot here using one of the die cuts that Doodlebug has, and they do coordinate with the paper pack that I used. So if you're wondering, that's where this comes from, because it's part of the same series of die cuts. So that's the, oh, and then the ribbon here, this is just some quarter-inch seam binding in white. And then this is some wired ribbon that looks like it has snowballs on it and tinsel. I got this from Amazon, if you're wondering. So I just cut a piece and actually glued it underneath the white paper here. And the white paper is popped up on foam tape, so it gives me some dimension while not adding too much dimension to the book. So that is my first project to share with you all. And that's in my recipe book. The second project I have is actually much more complicated. I had purchased these little, I don't know what you call them. I guess they're charcuterie boards, but you wouldn't use them for that. There were 2 sizes in here, and I purchased these from Aldi's a couple of months back, probably late summer, early fall time. And there were 2 different sizes. This is the smaller size of the 2 that were in the pack, and they were already this color. So it was like, I think it was like $2 or $3 maybe for the 2 pieces. So that's like $1.50 for these are thick wood, and they were already painted this grayish blue color. So I went with the color scheme, and with my second colored image, here it is. I created a little wall hanging, or you could put it on a prop it on something like a picture holder to hold it upwards, upright. So with this one was a lot more involved. This is the one where I used the grit paste and the snowfall grit paste. So the 2 different textures here. I've used some glitter from some stickles. There's the colored image, and I stuck with the blue tone for the Copics, and I showed you those already, to color this image up, just because this was already painted this blue-gray color. And then I added some heat embossed stamped images here from the stamps that are in the sets, the little snowflakes and that snowflake there. And then I've added, so I heat embossed them first, and then I added some Nouveau drops in some of those places, and also some stickles to the centers of the snowflakes. I don't know if you're seeing it on camera very well, but I did add some snowflakes in there, just some dots too. And then at the top, I added some more of that snow, the grit paste. This is just regular seam binding. And then if you're wondering, this particular button here matches this glove. It's a mitten. I'm sorry, it's a mitten. And this mitten button here actually comes from one of Dianna's old releases when she used to do apparel and stuff like that. So this is one of her original buttons that was released, and the heart was a red color. I covered it in the Nouveau drops, and then I added some Distress Rock Candy glitter on top while it was wet, so that it actually looks glittery as well. So that is my little 3D project that you can put in the kitchen probably during the cold winter time now. You could have it in there for Christmas if you want, but you know, this can stay up during winter time if you'd like. And this is perfect because my kitchen is kind of a blue-gray color, blues and grays. But I thought I would do something a little bit different with the stamp. And seeing how there's the hot chocolate recipe, that would be great for the kitchen. So those are the 2 projects that I have to share with you today. I hope you enjoyed them. I will be back to share more because I do have more projects to share with you. But I hope you are starting the new year off well and in good health. And yeah, I enjoyed doing these projects, and I'll be back soon with another set of items. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.